Hello and welcome to another season of RV with RR. So, in the first episode of this season, it's my privilege to have Ramesh and Ramakrishna with me. Ramesh, of course, I think a lot of us have become more familiar in the last, a few weeks or last month or so, or probably slightly more, with his wonderful cartoons about our life during school. And of course, Ramakrishna, uh, his third book is out, and I ensured that I wanted to complete this book before I actually, get to speak to him, because it would not be fair if I didn't read that book and yet talk about that book. Okay, so thank you, Ramesh and Ramakrishna, for joining. So before we move on, I'll request you to briefly introduce yourself, basically your roll number, house, etc. of school. First, Ramesh, you go.
Sir, to start with, thank you so much, sir. I was just got scared the way you started. It sounded almost like RRR of Rajmouli, sir. Good evening, sir. This is S. Ramesh, sir. I joined school in 1987. My roll number was 2350. I was from Maurya and Gajpati, the Royal Reds, and passed out in 94. Got commissioned in 42 Medium Regiment, sir. I'm a gunner. I've gone to NDA and IMA after the school, sir.
Okay, Ramakrishna.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Ramakrishna, 1994 2001 batch, sir. Roll number 3027. And first of all, thank you, sir. Actually, I have been longing to catch up with our Ramesh, sir, since past couple of months. And I think you have brought us together on this platform. So nice of you, sir.
Yeah, so thank you. And my roll number is 865. I joined school in 1969 and passed out in 76. So I'd taken premature retirement from the army in 2001, and for 20 years I was in the corporate sector as head HR in various companies. Yeah. So the first thing is, what are the circumstances of your joining school? Ramesh, you go first.
So the circumstances of me joining school, sir, I really don't know why I joined the school. I think it is my father. I should blame him because he wanted to get rid of me. So whatever I used to say that that time I was very much motivated with the great Chiranjeevi movies and all, sir. I wanted to be like him. So horse riding, policing, the belt jobs, firing and all. I was quite motivated. So my father used to keep telling, "You want to do horse riding? Go to Sainik school. You want to fire? Go to Sainik school." So he was a quite successful man in motivating me and getting rid of me, sir. That's why I joined Sainik school.
Okay. Yeah. So what about you, Ramakrishna?
Sir, in my case, actually, my uncle, like mother's brother, in the police services, sir, actually. So he thought it to be fit being that, because that is where we can have ample amount of discipline and could have some career in defense, something like that. He thought, and I was actually fascinated as Ramesh sir just said regarding that horse riding and all these things. I was so fascinated that that is something which I could do in real, because till then we were only watching it on TV. I thought, okay, being in school, I'll be able to ride on horse, swimming. I can swim in the pool, not in the canal or river like which we used to do.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that fascinated me to be there, and somehow I got in there, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now the next thing is, any one incident that you can recollect from school days that you wish to share, Ramesh.
Sir, one incident will be too much to ask for, sir. I think you can ask thousands of incidents. I can rattle out from the day one to days, the day I passed out from the school. I think the cartoons which I made, sir, I've made from almost every single day, every single moment, sir.
Hmm.
Not specifically anything, sir. Every each and every moment is wonderful to me. Like you can ask me that which is the most happiest moment, which is the most adventurous moment, or which
Hmm.
is the most the sense of pride, proud moment, achievement. Moment. Like I have similar moments. I can remember from the school
Yeah,
days, sir.
naughtiest moment.
Naughtiest moment,
Yeah.
sir. Should I disclose on this open forum, sir? I will. I will. Sir. So when I joined school, sir, the school was so nice, and it was very cultured, and also like our dramatics and all, the stage shows and all used to start with Bharatanatyam and all. Whereas our generation, my generation, when we joined, the Bharatanatyam and the classical dances and songs used to be a little boring, and we wanted to go for little disco and movie songs and all. So I was waiting for a chance to get this trend to be changed, sir, and I was quite successful. And started off in my class six by dancing to the tunes of Chiranjeevi in I think very low Yamudu Mogudu movies, sir. And by the time I came to class 12, sir, there is a famous song of Chiranjeevi again in Gharana Mogudu that is Kitukulu Telsin Chitpat Chinikulu, sir. That is a rain song, which is a naughty song, and we wanted to do it now we practiced very well, and the day before, one day prior that we are supposed to perform the next day. Then we wanted to decide who is going to become Chiranjeevi and who is going to become Vani Viswanath. The guy whom I the guy whom I was practicing with, that guy is a dark guy with a mush and all. He can never become a Vani Viswanath. So unanimously they made me Vani Viswanath. The principal's wife was generous enough to give her a satin sari, and we could that time, sir, we used to have the wigs like the villager wigs, like with a bun behind and all.
Hmm.
We tried to change that into a bob cut and all. We tried to get into really a fashionable attire. Now the friends of mine, sir, while we are dancing that song, they wanted to make it so natural and all, so they wanted to give a rain effect, so they started throwing water with the mugs and all, and they were flashing the full camera, the empty flashes of the camera Kodak and all, to give an effect of lightning and all. Now that poor satin sari I was putting on, sir, it was slipping off from me. By the end of the song, sir, the sari was no more on my on me. It turned out to be a cabaret in that school days, sir. That was one of the naughtiest moments I remember, sir.
Okay, great. Ramakrishna, what about you?
Yeah, as sir rightly said, there are plenty, but like I would like to share one very funny incident actually, which I mentioned in my first book, Rambo as well.
Hmm.
Like from my class 9, I don't remember ever being passing in quarterly or half yearly. I only used to pass in annual exams. So, so it so happened, I think we were in class 11 when like quarterly as usual I failed. Then during half yearly, for some reason, I could avoid writing the exams. So I had to go home, and so I came back after the exams were over. And as usual, my friends who were always failing along with me, they all got failed. So a list of names came from our principal sir's office. Like these people are called by principal sir. So I was like saying them, "Yeah, how many times will you fail? You should at least have some shame in failing. How do you fail all the time?" Because anyways, I did not write. I was so like I was just like pulling their legs. So after all the names were announced, finally they said Ramakrishna. I was like shocked. I went to our sir, or KV Rao sir. I told him, sir, how come my name is there on the list? Because I haven't appeared in the exam. He said, it doesn't make a difference. Anyways, you would have been there.
Uh, okay. Hmm. Okay, so now moving on. So after school, what was the progression? Ramesh.
Sir, like you know, sir, the progression in terms that I joined NDS, I was lucky to clear SSB, join NDA. After that, IMA and got commissioned into 42 medium regiment, sir. Uh, not in academy, I was good at PT, sir. And after that, I don't remember any great achievements I've done except for got a gallantry award, sir.
Hmm.
And I commanded 42 medium regiments, sir. I commanded for 5 years. Presently, I'm in Raipur, sir.
Oh, commanded for 5 years.
Yes, sir. That's a painful thing.
But it's unusual also these days. Command for 5 years is, I think, is a pretty
Some
good
guys has
thing.
to be lucky or unlucky or fortunate or unfortunate, sir.
Uh, okay, so yeah, Ramesh, you mentioned about the Gallantry Award when you were introducing yourself. So, can you tell us something about more about it? What was the incident and what was the award, etc., etc.?
Sir, this is basically against the terrorists in the northeast of India, sir. This
Hmm.
happened in 2009. I was posted with my regiment there, sir, under the CI operations in Assam. So this is a particular thing, sir, which we have been developing the intelligence for quite some time, and it worked out. Basically, it is few cadres of Ulfa carrying money and extorted money and delivering to someone else, and they were carrying some of the consignment also. Got the information through one of the informant we had in that particular place. So we could identify these persons from a particular place getting into the bus. One of our guys started following them, giving a positive indication that these guys are coming in. So we followed these two guys. They were supposed to hand over the money to two other terrorists who were sitting in the village. So we surrendered that village. We did a fast cordon. We entered that. It was a tricky operation, sir, because it is in the day, is just before the sunset, and again the villagers are also there. There would be a collateral damage, but unfortunately we didn't have any civilian casualty or our casualty, sir, in which we could pin down to eliminate two of the insurgents. For that operation, I got a gallantry award, Sena medal, sir. Sir,
So, I just can you describe it a bit further? What exactly happened at that point of time?
Sir, I'll tell you. It was a fast cordon. It's not a classical conventional cordon which we follow in our as per the copybook. We whenever we used to do a cordon, sir, there will be a leakage of intelligence and people used to escape. So for that we have gone into a different kind of tactics in which every village was mapped. We knew exactly what village is and which are the houses and all. So on telephonically we passed. This is the particular house. We got the information. The other group came from other side and it started cordoning. And even before the cordon is established, because it is widely the cordon is started, we entered directly to the house and with a small team, sir. I was with around five guys. Then the information is about only two guys.
Hmm.
So out of these five guys, three guys came from started cordoning the house, spot cordon from the right side, and me along with my buddy went into the left side. There is a guy who was on the guard duty, I think. He was having a weapon, sir, that was a Chinese weapon of air defense, the Pika ammunition basically it is being used. So that guy was on the guard duty, and it happened so that I was standing in front of him. My troops were all South Indians. It was a South Indian regiment. So that guy was firing upon, and the other four guys who are coming from the other side, they were the other side. So could not open the fire because it might get onto my own guys. So in
Hmm.
Tamil, I started to karo karo. So
Hmm.
guys sat down. I took a bullet on my chest, sir. Luckily, fortunately, the it was very close. It was around 10 to 11 feet or a little more, maybe
Hmm.
20 feet distance, sir. I was having a BPJ and that impact was quite high. I was about to slide down and I opened up my fire. Luckily, I was fortunate to get my bullet hit. Otherwise, I would have gone.
Hmm.
So he fell down, and the second guy started running away. I was running behind. It was a paddy field. I was running behind. It was single hand. So that guy slipped down and turned back, and he was started firing on me. I also took a part and I started firing on him. I could easily take him. So, but I knew the language of Assamese. I could tell him, if you can stop the fire, I can. And this completely thing was recorded that time by some villager in the videos,
Hmm.
and it was leaked into NETV even before the operation got. over.
Oh.
So that, fortunately, it happened so that in the TV that people could hear me speaking in Assamese that you stop the fire, I will not kill you, I will surrender you. But that guy kept on firing, and I had to take a shot, sir.
Mm.
And unfortunately, he died. And that's how. So this is a small little operation. I got a gallant award for that.
Yeah, wonderful. So, Ramakrishna?
Sir, in my case, after class 12, I had no clue as to where I should begin from, but I was actually an aspirant of UPSC. I was always clear that I am going to become an IAS. So I always, maybe there was some inbuilt confidence in me. I used to feel like I am born to become an IAS. So that was always there in my head. And even during my engineering also, even my teachers, they used to be a little bit scared to call my name because the kind of confidence with which I used to deliver whenever required, they were all like a little bit taken aback. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Then I literally somehow I got disturbed and I lost my balance also because I never thought I would be missing it. So then I got into banking. I was never prepared to be in bank. So just because my parents wanted me to get into some job, I wrote it randomly. And because I was preparing for UPSC, I happened to clear it, and that is how I got into banking. And so since I joined banking, I always had these thoughts in my mind, like where how I missed this opportunity. So the basic background of this God's own laboratory is also the same thing, sir. Like in the initial days of my banking, I was so lost. Like I started thinking, why am I here when I am capable of being there? What could have gone wrong that has brought me here? So in that thought process, that theme or idea of God's own laboratory was born in 2013, and finally it has come out as a book in 2025, sir. I'm
Yeah, so
continuing in
we'll
the.
come to that later. Yeah, so Ramesh, so I assume you must have been good in drawing at school itself because this is not something that will suddenly prop up. So it is something inherent, probably talent that you had. So you were good in drawing at school also?
I was, sir. In fact, I started drawing since my childhood. By the
Oh,
time I, by the time I joined school, I was quite proficient in that, sir.
okay.
Sir.
So how did you develop that in school? Any?
Sir, if we have time, sir, my first art teacher was Mr. Dharma Rao, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. So he was a typical artist. God Saraswati has blessed him, sir. He was a wonderful man
yeah,
who introduced sculpting to me, sir. He used to, if you remember, sir, there is a Gurjad Apparo statue in Vijayanagaram that was sculpted by this great gentleman.
okay,
And while he was doing, sir, I was his helping boy.
okay.
So in the evenings after the games, he used to come on his cycle, sir, and with a betel nut and in his mouth, chewing, come to
Mm.
the house. And my housemaster was Mr. Durvasan. Used to request him, okay, can I take this boy? And I used to take me to his home. He used to stay next to that PT field, sir, towards that Gobar Gas Wala. That
Yeah.
line is Benna. So that is one of the last secluded house he has.
Mm, mm.
So he used to make statue there, and I used to be there. Now this guy, Mr. Dharmarao, had a good habit of having active after 8 p.m. with 8 p.m. Sir. So so he used to have and he used to get some food from Kumrao and all, and he
Mm,
used to make me eat food there only, skip the
mm.
dinner and all, and he used to drop me back by 10 o'clock.
Wow.
That time I never used to like someone smoking and so someone having a drink and all. These are very bad habits for me.
Mm, mm.
So
Yeah.
I used to hate this. But he taught me. One day he just passed away. He had his drink and he just fell down and slept off there.
Okay.
So I ran away from there, and that was the last day I ever attended any art class in the school.
Mm.
So in 10th standard or so, Mr. Visveswara joined. He replaced Mr. Dharmarao. So when he joined, he was looking for a particular boy whose name was S. Ramesh, whom everyone used to watch. S. Ramesh was good at art and all. So
Mm.
he was looking for me, and I never used to. I used to bunk the art class. Sir. I never used to go to art class. So he took me. It took him almost 1 year to find who is S. Ramesh in the schools. In fact, he came to the study hall, and in my house, and he asked me only who is S. Ramesh. I told him, sir, he is admitted in sick bay. So, so one day he walked up to the classroom and he asked Mr. P. Mohan, and where is Ramesh? He told me this guy is Ramesh. He took me, he pulled me from the ninth B section, sir, from the top floor. He took me from there to arts club. He locked me inside the arts club. And after 2 hours, he came back just before the
Hmm.
milk break. He opened the door. So I was sitting inside the art club, sir, with the paints and charts and things are there. So an artist in me could not resist that doing something. So I made some paint. The moment he opened the door, I ran away like a dog. Opened the chain was just opened. I ran away. He took that painting and he sent that painting to Shankar's arts
Oh, yeah.
competition.
VP, yeah, yeah.
So I scored a gold medal in that.
Oh,
In that.
wonderful.
So that's how I got back to the arts club by Mr. Visweswara. He motivated me, made
Hmm.
me study what is actually art. It's like he's the one who's introduced me to the paintings.
Hmm.
Uh, what are the styles? How to study various painters? So, in fact, I started neglecting my studies and all, and I was only in arts club doing and all. In fact, the principal and headmaster has to counsel the arts teacher for spoiling me. The day I cleared NDA, UPSC, sorry, SSB, sir, he walked up to my father, to my village. He asked my father not to send me to NDA. Instead of that, send him to give me to him, hand over to him, so that he'll make me a good painter, sir.
Oh,
But the destiny is different, sir.
okay. But tell me one thing. Did it ever occur to you that to take this painting or art as a profession, or maybe study in JJ School of Art or some such great institution?
Sir, I have been doing that, sir. I have, though I don't have any formal degrees, sir, I have not left this art, sir. I
Hmm.
have been, I have been studying, I have been doing this, and I have been picking up various projects. I have been helping most of the people in whatever little form I can do, sir.
Okay. So
Actually,
never formally you thought of taking it as a career or anything like that.
no, no, sir. I don't want to make it a career, sir. I
Yeah.
enjoy my.
Uh,
I cannot be dictated upon. You do this only. It is
okay.
what I like. I'll do that, sir. I'll
So
not.
you are more or less like a hobby kind of a thing rather than.
Yes, sir. It is for my. It's a stress buster for me, and
Hmm.
it's for my happiness.
Okay.
Never wanted to do a career or a monetize that.
Okay. So, but during the career so far, what all, I mean, you have done paintings or any other thing?
Sir, actually, the art, the painting, and all, sir.
Yeah.
I am not a great painter, sir. I am not a great cartoonist, but
Yeah.
I'm
Sketches?
slightly creative than others. So
Okay.
it is the creativity which is pulling me, and I was able to express in the manner in the form of a painting or in the form of a cartoon. Sir.
Hmm.
In my service, sir, I have done so many innovations and I created many. In fact, I made the sand model, if you are aware, sir, the
Ah,
old classical sand model in which we used to talk about things and all.
yeah,
I
yeah,
made it as into interactive sand models.
yeah.
In
Okay.
fact, I was into video projections and all. I have 3D mapping and all. I given a presentation of 3D mapping to the Honorable Prime Minister Modi,
Hmm.
and I was involved in strategical communications, sir, in the psychological operations. In
Hmm.
terms of, I have my Twitter handle also, sir. I was only doing cartoons against China, Pakistan, and our adversaries.
Okay.
I mean, it's not cartoon in a humorous way, telling them what these countries are, what they are made up of. Sir.
Hmm.
So I've been doing things in a different manner, sir.
So you have compiled your work, I mean, some kind of a orderly manner. I mean, I'm sure you would have done that.
No, sir.
No.
I I have around 7 8 computers and also in different studios. The things are not lost, but I have not compiled in one place.
Yeah, I think you you ought to do that. I mean, because otherwise, it will just, just as you keep moving from place A to place B to place Z, so things, tend to get lost, or, it's better to put it in an orderly manner so that perhaps when you finally retire, you can always go through them and at least get nostalgic, just as we are
Sure,
getting nostalgic about school. Okay, so
sure.
now, okay, let me get to Ramakrishna now. Ramakrishna,
Sir,
yeah, so what about you? What after school? Yeah, you told me about your IAS aspirations and you joined bank and all that. Okay,
yes, yes.
pursuit of writing, so when was this bug? It was always there in you, or it came suddenly, or what is it? I mean, I'm sure it must be all there with you all the time, right?
Yes, 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 sir, exactly. Like during my school days also, I was known for storytelling, sir. I used to just cook up stories
Hmm.
instantaneously. In any situation, I used to come up with some story to ease the situation. So I always used to have a group of people surrounding me, and our housemaster Satyanarayana Garu, he used to call me as a ringleader Ramakrishna. So after my class 12, actually I started writing the Rambo at that point in time only. I have written 20 to 25 pages of that.
Okay.
And the narration which I thought at that point in time was different. Title was
Hmm.
also different.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, after I joined my BTech, I couldn't continue with it. But that thing in me was pushing. Like it was a great story to narrate. Like it's like about living the identity, and in the process, what we gain, what we lose, and what is that we can learn from the process. So that theme was hitting me hard from inside. Like this is something which has to be told because
Hmm.
many people live it that way. So it could be of some help to them to understand where they stand. So that is what pushed me to write it, sir. And it was during COVID actually. Being a banker, I never had time to write it. So initially, I thought I would make it into a web series. So I even had a narration with a couple of people who were working on it, but somehow that didn't fall in place. So
Hmm.
my wife was also carrying; she was also out of station. And these people who were supposed to work on this web series, they said that they have got some other project to work upon. So my wife said, this is the only time for you to write the book, because if you can't write now, you can never write it,
Hmm.
because you are able to come back home bit early than regular. And I am also out of station. So there is no disturbance for you. So just try to pull it off. So that is when I finished writing Rambo, sir. And that thing continued.
Okay.
I chose to be in Lakshadweep so that I can prepare for my UPSC. 2 years
Hmm.
of my term there, I thought I could prepare for it, and I did prepare. But at that point in time, because of some reasons, I could not crack it. So at the same time, I always had a lot of books in my mind to read. So that was the place where I got ample amount of time to read, reflect, and observe. And so, yeah, that did help me a lot. Lakshadweep experiences did help me a lot in
Hmm.
writing the book.
In fact, sir, when I was going through this book,
Yeah.
so I also had this question: Ki Lakshadweep, why he chose Lakshadweep? Maybe in author creative mind, he was that Laksh or aim of a island.
Uh,
Was set in that lines.
so
But
yeah, so Ramesh, you tell me, since you read the book, you tell me your impressions about the book.
sir, first of all, sir, I read two books of it.
Hmm.
So the moment I picked up the second book, this one, the God's Own Laboratory, I was thinking that I would be meeting the same Rowdy Rambo in this book,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I never found him, sir. In fact,
Uh,
it appeared as if there is a different man, different author.
yeah,
The writing style in the first book and the writing style of this book is completely different. I could not make out if the author's name is not given, sir. We feel as if it is written by two different guys.
yeah,
He he has touched upon most of the things, sir. Most of the things, like you also said, we all know.
yeah,
We all know stories. We all know the thing. but he articulated so nicely why we feel so heavy. We all undergo the things. He has put it in a beautiful manner, sir. I really like the God's own laboratory, the way he named it, the way he channelized it, the thought process from the first chapter to the last chapter, how he weaved those his thought process into a storybook kind of thing. It is wonderful, sir.
So, which was
Thank
the
you.
chapter you liked the most?
Sir, mixed feelings, sir. There are some things really appealed was like most of the people very listening, but the thing which was really appealed for me was the coconut dropping in front of him, sir.
Yeah.
And there is a suction of air into it when it goes down. So I myself was I put myself into that situation. I was imagining so the thing will happen with everyone. So this was one particular thing which really got me involved into it, sir.
Hmm. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, the most the chapter that I liked most was chapter 6, Ethan's journey, which has 8 stories that Ethan going through life in a different, going through 8 lives and the experience of those lives and how karma plays a role in each of those lives. And chapter 7 is, of course, the one which is, I mean, as long as time is there, as long as, we all are, I mean, humanity is there, I think this will always remain unsolved. The dilemma of the court and the Draupadi's situation, where so many great people are there in the court, but none of them are able to do anything. Be it Bhishma, Drona, Vidura, everyone has their own compulsions. And that's the greatest dilemma, which probably you can never understand. At the same time, a dilemma is a dilemma, and everyone is bound by, certain vows he had taken, or certain curses they have had, or their own karma, which, they are bound by, or even the duty that they are bound by. So that's amazing, incident which I've read in many books, but it never fails to really impress me. And other chapter, of course, the chapter 9, wherein he talks about his own fracture of his hand and how how when things go slow, you understand things better, and you are grateful for even the normal things that you take it for granted. So I think that's amazing. And out of the three, of course, I mean, every writer, I suppose, matures over a period of time. So I think this is a very mature work, and without uh, too many pages to 112 pages. So it's pretty, I would say, a pocket-sized encyclopedia, and you only have to think deeper and there's no end to, what you do. And kudos to you. So Ramkishan, what next?
I've got couple of things on my mind, sir. So yeah, yet to finalize. Yeah, might be
Okay.
something to woman.
Hmm. So tell me, one thing I wanted to ask. So to write again is not very easy, because you need to firstly ideate, secondly have the discipline to sit and write, whether you like it or not. Sit down and write a few pages every day, or at least every week, or whatever. So is there any regimen that you follow, or what is it?
Basically, I try to complete the circle, sir. Like I start with a question like, why is life so heavy, for instance?
Hmm.
Then I would try to come back to that question finally by taking through the various experiences which generally um, affect us in one way or the other in day-to-day life experiences. So I try to put all of them and close the circle so that
Hmm.
they feel they can relate themselves with.
Hmm.
So that is the way I work on, sir.
So, do you write what every weekend or every day, or what is it? What is the discipline that you follow?
Yes, sir. Actually, I write every day.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what I thought.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
you
There is some
need
issue with my
discipline to
connectivity, I
write.
guess, sir.
Without discipline, it's so difficult to, I think
Yes,
that's
sir.
the same in every art, probably. So, yeah. Your favorite author?
No one in particular, sir, but I just keep reading something which makes me think deeper. So I keep reading randomly, not any author in specific. But yeah, I am moved by Bhairappa's work, sir. Parva, uh, Avarana.
Hmm.
Yeah, so these are some things which are moving books, sir.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I keep reading something which is deeper all the time.
Hmm. Okay, so yeah, so tell me now, in what way you think school has influenced your life, Ramesh?
Sir, actually, sir, school has influenced in every sphere of the life, sir. Though we are left from the school, sir, the school never left from us.
Hmm.
So we always fall back to the school days. Even any examples, sir, if that any problem you have, we start our mind goes back to our school. How the problems were there compared and how we used to solve the problems in that time. Even with the kids now, we always tend to go back to our school days and give them an example of what used to happen in those days in that particular age. Sir. So in that manner, the school has really shaped me. Sir. Today, what I am is because of what school has made me. Sir.
Hmm. Ramakrishna?
Yes, sir. I absolutely echo with our Ramesh sir on that, sir. Because I don't think there is any challenge we face in life for which we don't have a solution from our school days, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ramesh and Ramakrishna, for joining me for this interaction. It was wonderful talking to both of you who are talented in their own way, and I because this is something which you can pursue till the end of your life. So so keep doing it and keep sharing so that we also enjoy your work.
will be the return to yourself, the return to innocence.